Hello and welcome to the One Man Renegade Productions YouTube channel. I'm your host, Brick B, and it is Saturday, and we are just like an hour or so away from the start of WWE Crown Jewel 2022 in Saudi Arabia. I mean, there's some questionability about the Saudi Arabia shows. But hey, it's happening, and it's a premium live event on Peacock Network coming up in just a matter of moments. So I figured I might as well open up a blaster box of WWE, get you all ready. This is 2021 Topps, when back then when they were still with Topps before they moved over Panini, and eventually moved back to Topps because they're signed to a deal with Fanatics. I'm not quite sure exactly when that all is supposed to happen or whatever the deal is. But anyways, if you missed any of the previous WWE or wrestling related items, head up there, check them out. While you're at it, head on down at the subscribe button, at the notification bell. Actually, they're over there now. I forgot they switched them. They're over there now. Subscribe button, notification bell, thumbs up's still over here, share button's still over here, and all that goodness. Head over in the comments or head down in the comments and tell me who you think's gonna win the matches at Crown Jewel. And then check out the links in the description for my blog, my podcast, where I actually do have a preview of Crown Jewel up right now. My latest chapter of my podcast. I make all my predictions, so you gotta head over there, check that out, and take a listen. And then all my other social media and stuff as well. My eBay, where I thought I was gonna have some stuff up, but I don't yet. But I probably will this weekend. So just check it out and save me as a seller. And I should have some stuff up, a bunch of wrestling related stuff I need to post, and I will soon. So go check it out. Maybe I do have some stuff, maybe I don't. All right, we're ripping into this 2021 blaster box. I've done one of these before. Those are all the odds. We get, what is it, 7 cards per pack, 10 packs per box, and then a relic. We're supposed to get one relic card. So let's see what we can find. Of course, we got Bobby Lashley's taking on Brock Lesnar. Sasha Banks, who's been absent since she walked out. Not sure. Maybe she might return. Bayley, who's fighting Bianca Belair in the last women's standing match for the Raw Women's Championship. We got Street Profits have been kind of absent at the moment. Montez Ford's currently injured, so they haven't really been doing much. Shayna Baszler, who's friends with Ronda Rousey, but neither of them are involved. Nia Jax has kind of quit the wrestling world. And of course, the Outsiders. Scott Hall unfortunately passed away earlier this year, and Kevin Nash's son recently passed away, which is unfortunate. But let's dive in and see what we find. All right, we got, of course, Roman Reigns, who's defending the Universal Championship against Universal Heavyweight Unified Championship, whatever it's called, against Logan Paul. Alexa Bliss, who is now one half of the women's tag team champions, defending along with Asuka against Damage Control. And Randy Orton, who's currently out injured with back injury. Hopefully will return at some point, although it was worse than feared, but hopefully not. Of course, Usos taking on Ridge Holland and Butch today. And there's the New Day. Big E, hopefully maybe would to return from the broken neck. And then Kofi Kingston, he's not involved. Naomi walked out with Sasha Banks. Unfortunately, I don't know if she'll be back anytime soon or whatever, but there we go. Got Edge, who's currently out injured, attacking Randy Orton, who's also out injured. Brawls with Randy Orton and attacks MVP. MVP, for some reason, not at the show. Not quite sure. We do have a numbered card out of 299. Elias playing a tune for Distract King Corbin. Of course, Elias just actually recently returned to Elias. I mean, he had been Ezekiel for a little bit or whatever, however. And we got RKO, little RKO thing. Jeff Hardy, who is still suspended from AEW, I believe. I'm not quite sure exactly what's going on with that, but he's in AEW and has not been seen in quite some time. And Isaiah Swerve Scott, who is in AEW as well. I'll make a little AEW pile right there. Got Angelo Dawkins, who had been wrestling a little bit, but with Montez Ford kind of out, he hasn't been around a little bit. There's Montez Ford as we're talking about it. Chad Gable is still tag teaming with Otis over on Raw. Street Profits once again. Got British Bulldog, of course, Hall of Famer now. Of course, passed away quite some time ago. Asuka, mentioned earlier, with tag team champions right now with Alexa Bliss. Rob Van Dam, which this card is weird to me. I'm assuming he had some sort of design that they couldn't use for copyright reasons, so they just photoshopped it out. But it's like, it just looks weird. But Hall of Famer Rob Van Dam. Next up, we got Seth Rollins attacks Drew McIntyre. Seth Rollins not on the show, surprisingly, but he is the U.S. champion. Tegan Knox, rumor she might return, but as of right now is not involved in anything. Coolest mixed tag teams, R-Truth, who recently just got hurt on an episode of NXT, and then Carmella, who is out with some personal issues as well. Becky Lynch still recovering from, I forget what she injured, broke her wrist or ankle or something. I don't know. She's out injured. Hopefully back soon. Edge is out injured. Not really injured, but out injured. I don't even know what these piles are I'm making. Baron Corbin recently returned to being Baron Corbin after being Happy Corbin with JBL, but not involved at the show. Super Showdown. This is one of the most hated moments of all of the Saudi Arabia shows. I mean, I can think of, well, there's three big ones that everyone kind of talks about, and two of them involve Goldberg. Of course, his match with Undertaker, where he almost dropped him on his, or kind of did drop him on his head. And then when he beat The Fiend for the championship, people seem to hate. Of course, the other one being Undertaker and Kane versus Shawn Michaels and Triple H, which was kind of a disaster and kind of ruined the whole Shawn Michaels retirement. He came out of retirement for that match, which, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Bobby Lashley, of course, we talked about him. He's fighting, he'll be fighting Brock Lesnar. We got Austin Theory, who's now back to being Austin Theory. He will be, he's still got the Money in the Bank. He could potentially get involved and try to cash in at the show. I don't know. We got Drew McIntyre is taking on Karrion Kross in the ladder match, and that's, hey, how about that for foreshadowing or whatever? I don't know. Karrion Kross and Drew McIntyre will be fighting in a steel cage match. Got Ricochet, who's still kicking around on SmackDown. Seth Rollins, we already talked about. Nia Jax, we already discussed as well. All right, keep this going. We got Drew McIntyre. We already discussed him. Scarlett, of course, will be involved in probably get involved in that match as well. AJ Styles, along with the returning Good Brothers, now the OC's back, take on the Judgment Day. Sasha Banks, of course, we talked about her. But that is that an insert? Yeah, memorable entrances. That's an insert. More Drew McIntyre. Got Lacey Evans, who returned and was at more Drew McIntyre. But, was on SmackDown and then was on Raw and then went back to SmackDown. And I don't know, kind of hasn't done much recently, but she was kind of one of Vince McMahon's people. So I kind of got lost in the shuffle a bit since Triple H took over, I feel like. But still around doing stuff, I guess. There's JBL, of course, mentioned him now with Corbin. Got Edge defeating Randy Orton, last man standing match. Talked about them. Kevin Owens, who's kind of disappeared recently. He was sort of on, and then he did the thing on NXT last week, but he really hasn't been doing much recently. I think probably the main reason was because they were supposed to do him. I think eventually the original plan, I think, was him and Sami Zayn were going to take on the Bloodline after they turned on him, but they've kind of kept Sami with the Bloodline, so kind of, I don't know, Kevin Owens kind of lost, I don't know. We already saw this card, but that's a foily parallel. We got Drew Gulak, who I guess has helped train Logan Paul. Mansoor, who's now Mansoor and part of the Maximum Male Models. And then Xavier Wood, of course, part of the New Day, who are not involved in the show. Are not scheduled to be, of course. They could get involved somehow to try and keep the Usos from breaking their record. There's Kevin Owens once again. Dominic Mysterio, who's part of now the Judgment Day, taking on the Good Brothers and the OC and or AJ and the OC, along with Damian Priest and Finn Balor. The Miz and John Morrison retain the SmackDown. I mean, Morrison hasn't been around for a while, and Miz isn't on the show. Of course, he's dealing with Johnny Gargano and Dexter Lumis. Aaliyah, who is currently out injured. More Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins there. Sasha Banks, who we've talked about enough. Bobby Lashley impresses MVP. Now, MVP is managing Omos, but for some reason isn't going to Saudi Arabia. He's not going to be in Omos's corner when he takes on Braun Strowman. But, of course, Bobby Lashley we talked about taking on Brock Lesnar. T-Bar, who is burned that mask and is going to be returning to NXT, presumably as Donovan Dijakovic. I think. I don't know. I don't know if they've officially said exactly, but we had King Corbin attacks Roman Reigns. AJ calls out the Undertaker. Damian Priest, of course, part of the New Day. That's a parallel. Ember Moon, who's in Athena, is in AEW now. An AEW pile over here somewhere. She hasn't been doing a whole heck of a lot, but she's on there doing stuff, I suppose. More AJ, and then Samoa Joe, who is currently the Ring of Honor television champion. Just defended it the other night against Brian Cage on AEW on Dynamite. Just tagging with Wardlow, who is the TNT champion. There's Kofi and The Miz, Bobby Lashley, who we've continued to talk about. Street Profits again with Kevin Owens. John Cena, unsure what the plan, if any, for John Cena is going forward. I would just imagine he'd get involved Royal Rumble, WrestleMania time. I don't really know what his schedule is, though, for as far as movies and stuff. There's an Ember Moon numbered to 199. There's Cena down here somewhere. Drew McIntyre wins the Rumble. It's Jeff Hardy once again. Of course, still suspended. Something in this pack. This might be our relic, which is one of these, what are these called? Commemorative match film strip relic. Undertaker and Kane. Undertaker versus Kane from WrestleMania 14, which I was actually at the old, well, it used to be called the Fleet Center in Boston. Of course, now it's the TD Garden, but it was the Fleet Center back then. I was there for that match. It was a cool match. Lots of tombstone pile drivers, from what I remember, including Kane pile driving Pete Rose, which everyone was a big fan of, which was weird because he was the heel, and they tombstoned Pete Rose, and everyone was like, yay. And then the Undertaker was out. It's like, wait, we're supposed to boo Kane, but he just, I don't know. Anyways, last pack. Mustafa Ali, who's doing stuff now on Raw. We got Randy Orton again, confronting Hall of Fame. The NWO hold their own pay-per-view event, which was pretty terrible from what I recalled. Sold out, the first sold out, which was the NWO. But it had the only really redeeming thing I remember about that pay-per-view was, I think Eddie Guerrero and X-Pac, or Six, had a ladder match, which was pretty good. Other than that, I don't think it was very good from what I recall. Molly Holly, Hall of Famer. Angel Garza defeats Cedric Alexander. Both guys I don't really know what's going on with. I haven't really seen much of them recently. I know Angel Garza and Humberto were kind of featuring the Maximum Male models a couple months ago at this point. I feel like Cedric Alexander, I don't know. Mace or Masse, part of the Maximum Male models. And then Lucha House Party defeats The Miz and Morrison. Miz, only guy still around from that. So there you go. That's going to do it. That's going to do it for this blaster box of 2021 Topps WWE. Get you a little prepared and ready for Crown Jewel happening momentarily on Peacock and WWE Network or whatever, wherever it is, wherever you are, depending on what country you live in. It might be on a different streaming service or whatever. But yeah, so there we go. Enjoy Crown Jewel. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Have fun. Come back pretty much before every premium live event. Next week I got something for UFC. There's big UFC 281 happening next week. I'm going to open up some UFC cards, which I've never done before. I don't really know. I'm kind of a fan of UFC, but I don't follow too closely, so that could be interesting. A couple weeks from now, we got Full Gear AEW. I got some AEW cards I'm going to open up. I haven't opened up any of those yet either, so that'd be interesting. And then 3 weeks from today, we got Survivor Series, which I'll open up another box of some sort of WWE related items. And I'm actually going to Survivor Series. It's in Boston at the Garden for War Games. Yep, get to see a War Games match. I've never seen a War Games match before, so that should be fun. But there we go. That's going to do it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Come back tomorrow. Come back every day. Come back all the days. I have videos posted every day, sometimes multiple days. Just hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Get a little notification every time a video is up and ready to watch. Come over, watch it, like it, share it, comment, and all that fun stuff. Just having fun here on the channel. Talking about wrestling, open up cards, all that fun stuff. So thank you everyone for watching. Stay safe. Have fun. Talk to you next time. Bye.